Hey friends, Anastasia here. I know you've probably heard it too. Etsy is dead. Too saturated, too competitive, too late to start. But here is the thing, that's not actually true. In fact, Etsy print on demand is easier today than it's been just a year ago. And no one's really talking about it. Some surprising changes happened recently. From Etsy's algorithm to design trends to the tools available, everything that makes starting right now way less overwhelming, even if you're a total beginner. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what changed and how you can take advantage of it. So what has changed on Etsy? Let's rewind a bit. A few years ago, Etsy looked very different. Mockups were repetitive. The same Bella and Canvas tea mockup was showing up on a dozen different listings. Everything felt kind of copy and paste. Then came the drama. Big media outlets starting calling out Etsy for not being handmade anymore. Some buyers started distrusting the platform. Etsy had to respond, and they did, by finally embracing print on demand and digital creators. They introduced something called creativity standards, which allowed sellers to showcase their role in the process, even if they don't physically make the product. What this means for you is that Etsy now encourages you to bring your ideas to life through tools like, say, print on demand. And it doesn't punish you for not handcrafting every item. Another major change is Etsy's algorithm. It now avoids showing identical-looking products side by side. If you've got a shirt that looks too much like the next one, same photo, same angle, Etsy will not show them together. So what does that mean? Even small tweaks in your mockup or product type give you an edge. Use a different color, change the model, or choose a different product type like a sweatshirt instead of a tee, and you're more likely to stand out. That's not just smart design, that's an algorithm strategy. This is why I think that these days Etsy's algorithm is helping new sellers. And here is another big shift that's made print on demand easier. The tools themselves have leveled up. Take Printify, for example. It's not just a print on demand supplier anymore. Since merging with Printful, their product catalog is massive. And the quality control has seriously improved. Back when I first tried POD, you had to worry about stock issues, slow shipping, or low-rated suppliers. But now, Printify has cleaned the house. Suppliers that don't meet high standards just don't stay on the platform. You can actually filter by top-rated providers and choose who you trust to fulfill your orders. And one thing that I love is that they've added a personalization automation tool that lets you sell custom products without manually editing every order. It flags custom notes from buyers and places them directly into the order, so you just approve and go. Huge time saver. If you're new or restarting your store this year, then Printify is honestly one of the biggest reasons this whole business model feels smoother. If you get a lucky viral product and say 1,000 orders in 1 month, it would be physically impossible to handle it without a partner like Printify. You're not packing, printing, or managing inventory. You're just designing, listing, and optimizing. The fun stuff. It's what makes this kind of explosive growth doable without burnout. No team, no warehouse, just systems that work while you sleep. I'll leave a special link in the description below so that you can sign up for Printify. By the way, it's free to use, so you can explore their catalog and try it out. Thank you, Printify, for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, let's talk about designs. These days, simple text-based designs are trending again. We're talking bold fonts, funny phrases, aesthetic quotes. Think of something like professional yapper, or immediately no, or barely tolerable. You get the vibe. You don't need to be a graphic designer to create and sell this. You don't need fancy software. Honestly, you can ask ChatGPT to write you these funny phrases. Canva can make your designs, and these minimal designs are selling like crazy right now. That's great news if you're just starting out, because it removes one of the biggest barriers. You don't have to master Photoshop to have a top-selling store. I also want to talk about tools, because today we have more support than ever before. A few years ago, trying to figure out what buyers were actually searching for on Etsy felt like throwing spaghetti at a wall. You would guess a few tags, maybe use Pinterest or spy on your competitors, but that was it. Now, Allura or Everbee, these are the tools that you've seen throughout my video when I was showing you the best-selling products that I found, or when I was doing the niche and competitor research, and they will give you real-time Etsy data. You can filter by product age, see what's trending this month, and find low competition niches that are exploding right now. You can also do a deep Etsy keyword research with these tools. And you don't need to be a marketing expert. Just type in the niche, something like cat mom sweatshirt, filter for new listings, sort by sales, and boom, you see exactly what's working this month. It takes the guesswork out and gives you data-backed confidence, even if it's your first listing. I'll drop the links to these tools below if you're interested. And even ChatGPT, it's not just for writing content online. You can also use it for your online store to write product titles and descriptions, to generate tags, to suggest some niche ideas, or even run trademark checks. All of this saves you hours and removes the guesswork. You don't need to be creative, you just need to be curious and willing to test. Next, I wanted to talk about this new product photo strategy. One thing that has changed is how listings look on Etsy. People don't trust hyper-edited mockups anymore. Thanks to platforms like Shein and Temu, shoppers are wary of anything that looks too perfect. So here is what works. Real photos of your actual product. Doesn't have to be professional. Fold your sweatshirt on your bed, snap a few shots on your phone, and I found this store owner who shows all their wall art prints holding them in her hands in front of a house. It feels real, and that builds trust. If you can order 1 or 3 product samples in your best-selling colors, just make photos in real-life situations like here in the kitchen, next to a coffee shop, and you will have content that outperforms every mock-up pack out there. Honestly, it's easier because it's more real. And here's the truth. This year feels like a return to the roots of Etsy, where real people sell authentic products. But now with POD, AI, and automation tools, you can do that without burning out. You can run a store from your laptop, you can scale faster, you can test ideas in a weekend. Let me give you a super quick example of how fast it is now to go from idea to live product. Let's say you want to launch a funny shirt for corgi moms. You ask ChatGPT, give me 20 short funny quotes for corgi moms to go on shirts. Pick one, say this one, short legs, big attitude. Open Canva, find a t-shirt mockup, a corgi image, and slap your quote there. Upload it to Printify, choose your product, connect it to Etsy, sync it, and ask ChatGPT for SEO title, description, and say 13 tags, and then hit publish. Done. That's a live, niche product listing that looks good, it's keyword optimized, and it ships automatically through Printify. You can repeat this process for the other 19 funny quotes, and that would have taken you hours in 2020. But when you get one winning design, make sure to build momentum. Add new product types. Again, with Printify, it's so easy to scale this way. You don't have to buy a stock of new products. Just apply the design that started working well for you to other products and build an entire collection around it. This is the kind of strategy that turns one lucky sale into a snowball effect. And here's a tip no one talks about. Summer is one of the best times to start. Q4, October through December, is where the biggest sales happen. But if you start your shop in Q4, you will be scrambling to figure things out while orders are flying in, or worse, you'll be missing out. Starting now gives you a breathing room, time to test designs, order samples, get a few listings ranked, and build momentum. Even a handful of solid listings by September could set you up for hundreds or thousands in sales by the holidays. And you don't need to be early or lucky, you just need to be willing to start now, because the tools are ready for you. So if you have been hesitating, I hope this video gave you that little push. This is the easiest it's ever been to succeed with Etsy print on demand, even if you're just starting. Drop a comment if you're planning to launch your store this year. And if you want to see exactly how I used AI to create my POD store and what was the result of that challenge, I'll link it for you up there. See you in the next one!